Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a little different. As you can see, I'm not wearing any makeup and I'm wearing my glasses and they are filthy. So today's video is actually going to be a lot of it different. As you can see, the backdrop is different to represent what this video is about. So recently I have been feeling very not myself. And this is basically for anyone who wants to listen and wants to learn about some random persons on the internet struggle. So I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, and it's going to kind of encompass all the things that I want to talk about and address a few things that my friends have been asking, and I'm making this video for them because I personally think that video is the rawest form of media, and you can talk to a camera for 30 minutes and still not get everything that you want to say across. So I lost my job in March, and I have always been the type of person that is go, go, go. I don't stop. When I'm not doing 3 things at once, it kind of, I don't know what happens. My body kind of just shuts down. I don't feel myself when I don't have a purpose. If that's basically what it is. I feel like I don't have a purpose. I've discovered that that's what it is. But when I lost my job, or like when they didn't re-sign my contract, it kind of hit me a little bit harder than I thought it would. I thought I would have the time to work on my blog, like hang out with all my friends before they left and move back home. I thought I would be able to do YouTube videos. I thought I would have all this free time, and I thought it would be amazing for me to focus on what I wanted to do and where I wanted to see my life going. But as the days went on, and as the weeks drew on, and as the month went on, I noticed that I wasn't doing the things that I wanted to do. I wasn't myself. I really felt lost. And it's been going on probably since the beginning of April, actually. Like, I felt very unsure of what I want to do. I felt very undecided, and I felt very anxious and alone and disappointing, and just all these negative things kept building up to a point where well, not a point, but it just kept getting, not worse, but it was, I don't want to say the word crippling, because I was still able to get up and do things, but it was almost crippling to a point where I knew I needed to do something about it. And this isn't the first time that this has happened to me when I have a major setback. And I have been speaking to my doctor about this, and she urged me to try something new, because I don't know about you guys, and I don't know about my friends or my family in my life, but I don't like therapy. I would rather, I don't like therapy. I would rather not talk to a stranger for 45 minutes to an hour about my problems. I just feel very vulnerable in front of someone that I don't know. I am a crier. Also, I'm priming my face. Don't forget to prime your face, guys. So I'm a crier, and I feel very vulnerable when I cry, and I don't like crying in front of people that I don't know. So sitting in front of a therapist, or at least like a counselor or something, wasn't the right decision for me at the, right now, or even when I tried to do it a few years ago. And so we have come to the conclusion, and I'm about to say something that I don't really like. I never thought there would be a day in my life that I would say this particularly thing, because I never thought that my problems and my anxiety was I never thought that my problems and my anxiety were big enough to kind of utter a concern, if that makes sense. I don't know. I always had anxiety for the past, basically ever since I started college. And even when I was in high school, I knew there was not something wrong with me, but I knew there was something different about how I worry and how how my brain works, I guess. I don't know. It's not, it is, I don't know. I'm really hard at explaining this, but I never thought there would be a day where I would have to do this, but I am currently starting medication for my anxiety. I will be taking Zoloft, and then if that doesn't work, I guess we'll see. Me and my doctor will see what works for me best, but right now that is the option or the direction that we are taking. And I've only, like, this is literally the first day, so maybe I'll change my mind, and maybe after this video goes up I won't be on it anymore. But I wanted to address that because a lot of people in my life, and I know it's my fault, like I know it's my fault. I've been very distant and I've been very irritable since I lost my job. I wanted to use this video and like this me getting ready as like, I don't know, a kind of masking, an unmasking to what can really be going on in people's lives, because you literally have no idea what someone else is going through unless you ask. And yeah, maybe that person doesn't want to talk, or maybe like you've noticed you've been distant with your friends lately and you don't know what to do. And you know, I haven't had a falling out with any of my friends, but I've been noticing that like a lot of things that they do, like the little things, bother me a little bit more. And I don't know, like I said, I know it's my fault, and I don't blame my friends at all, but they aren't very, and I'm not saying they aren't understanding, but it's just like there's a difference between you being stressed at work and me being so stressed, like me being so anxious that I can't get out of bed for 3 days. So I've decided that I'm going to take a stand against that and actually talk to my friends about my problems instead of like just thinking that they're gonna go away, because that's usually how I deal with my problems. I just like sit on them until I don't think about them anymore, and that's not healthy. And if you're one of those people, then you should probably reconsider how you're dealing with your stress, because I used to think I was so good at dealing with stress, and yeah, there's a different threshold for a lot of people. Like I remember once one of my friends called me crying and she said, I got a parking ticket, I don't have my driver's license, I like have all these assignments, and she was crying like that was her breaking point. But for me, like that wouldn't be a breaking point. I would probably just continue on my day and just be like annoyed at myself for all those things that happened. But see, everybody's different. Like we all have our different breaking points. And I think for me, noticing that I just spent the last 2 weeks in my bed feeling like a failure because I couldn't get a job. And I noticed that like no matter what I did and no matter how I felt one day, it was like the whole world just felt on my shoulders, like very, hello, right? Like, you know, when you just kind of realize you're like, oh shit, like I'm a real adult person. And I feel like that's how a lot of people feel after they graduate university, because they just spent their whole lives just go, 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 because that's what university is, or college is, and now they have nothing, not like nothing to look forward to, but nothing to like kind of slow them down gradually. It's just kind of like an ultimate halt of your time and your energy, which I can totally understand. And that's why I wanted to address that, because lots of people have been noticing a shift in my attitude and my kind of patience, I guess. Like normally I'm not a very patient person, but I can, I have periods of patience where I can do it for a short amount of time. But I think like lately it's just been a bit worse than that because of my anxiety and because of just like the stuff that's happening in my life right now. And so I just wanted to address that. And then for the rest of this, I'm just going to talk about, for the rest of this video while I put on my makeup, if my foundation ever comes out of this tube, I will be talking about a series of things that I have written down on my phone, because I wanted to talk about a few things, especially regarding like graduation and like what you want to do after. And so like I personally, like I said earlier, like I don't have a job, and I feel like that's a thing that happens to a lot of people after they graduate. Like when I was younger, I was told I have to go to college, I have to go to university, I have to get that post-secondary education because no one will offer me a job. if I don't get a degree. And see, now, because education, at least where I live, is so accessible to everyone, I think that it's not easy to get a job because no one wants someone who just completed 4 years of university or 3 years of college or 2 years of college without any kind of experience, right? So it's hard for a lot of people, myself included, to kind of come to terms with, like, maybe you're gonna have to go back to school to get something else to put you above the competition, to put you out to employers, to like break yourself into the industry that you want to work in, because at the end of the day, like, you're your biggest competition. So yeah, after graduation, I don't know, I would recommend traveling, just because, like, what are you gonna do? Like, just start working immediately after you graduate? That's I mean, a lot of people do that, and like, props to you, but like, I don't think, I've worked a few 9-to-5 jobs, and I personally am not a fan of the inflexible hours that they give you. But that's just my opinion. Some people really like working 9-to-5, and that's great. I'm so glad you found something that you love to do. But that doesn't work for everyone, and that's okay too. I just got this new concealer. It's the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, and I've used a lot of concealers. The last one I was using was the Rainforest of the Sea by Tarte, and then the other one I was using was the NARS Rainy Gradient. And like, no offense, but I hate the NARS blah blah. I don't like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, or whatever it's called, because it, like, the tube that comes out, the applicator is too thin. Like, the applicator on the Kat Von D one, I don't know if you can see it, but it's flat on the back, so you can like actually use it to apply to all this area of my face. Look at it. I'm looking in the viewfinder. Look at it. Look at all this pretty area that I can really just cover and drench in concealer. So good. And it packs really well. It applies really well and blends really well, because the Rainforest of the Sea one, because it's water-based, it doesn't blend well with other foundations, I found, because it just kind of like sits on your face. And then the Radiant Creamy Concealer kind of doesn't, like, it's not a full coverage, and I know it says it is, but it's not. It doesn't cover those under eyes that you want. And like, trust me, I don't sleep, like I said earlier, and it doesn't cover your under eyes. So you have to be very, and see, like, I didn't even use that much, and like, it covered all of my under eyes. Let me just move in closer so you can see it. Wow. This is the first time you've looked at my I've looked at my under eyes and like actually genuinely been happy about the amount of concealer I put underneath here. But like, as you saw earlier, I have like a lot of skin problems this week. I'm doing it in the viewfinder again. I know, Isabel, I know, I'm sorry. So I have to like be really careful about how much concealer I put on, because if you put on too much concealer on your acne, you can kind of like see it. Wow, it's like gone. Wow, I'm so amazed right now. I don't think it's the right color though, to be honest. Like, I think I went a little too light. It was either this or like a yellow shade, but my face isn't yellow. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about your time in college, because I took 4.5 years to complete my degree, and some people I know have done 5, some people I know have done 3, 5.5. 6 is, in my personal opinion, I think if you were taking 6 years to complete a degree, it's like, you're just wasting your money at this point. But your time in college should be something that you look forward to. You shouldn't be in a program that you hate. You shouldn't be at a school you don't like. You shouldn't be spending time with people that aren't treating you like a human being, first of all. Because I had a really hard time putting that into perspective when I first got to university. I thought I was going to be just like high school. I thought I was going to just go to class, make my 2 friends, and kind of just, you know, be. like a person in a sea and like literally a speck in a crowd of people. But that wasn't the case because I actually, and I've talked about this before in a few videos, I think, I'm in a sorority, but my sorority really kind of put things in perspective for me. It's kind of like, and I don't care what people say, like it is a popularity contest, it is a popularity club. So now I'm going to be putting on my contour and we're going to talk about, what else are we going to talk about? This is so, I'm so sorry, like this is so unplanned. This is, yes. Okay, so life choices. I wanted to talk about that too. I wrote down life choices when you don't get into your dream school. So, last semester I was working 30 hours a week and I was going to school full time. And I was applying to grad school programs because, you know, I brought my grades up so much when I switched my degree that I thought that I could get into grad school. I had the experience. Well, I think I have the experience. I have the drive. I have the ambition. I have all of this. And then I applied to schools in California to go to film school. That's what I would like to do. And I applied to 2 schools and I didn't get into either of them. So the application process was very vigorous and very time consuming, and it's kind of like, I don't care what people says, the grad school applications are the same as they are in high school. You fill out a form, you answer questions, you submit an essay or a portfolio, and then you get in or you don't get in. Like, it's the same. Some people are like, well, it's different for every program. It might be different in the UK or Australia, but in Canada and the US, it's very similar than it is in your high school. So like you submit your portfolio, everything, and then you just wait. You just wait and you submit like like I paid $95 to apply to one school and $95 to apply to another. Like that's pretty expensive if you ask me, but yeah, I paid $95 to apply to both schools, like individually. I took a tour of both campuses. I fell in love and I didn't get in. So it was kind of heartbreaking, to say the least, when I received those emails saying, hi, unfortunately we are unable to offer you an offer to this school that you desperately want to go to and will pay thousands of dollars to go to. And especially since like I said earlier, when we were younger, at least people my age were younger, we were told that we have to get a degree, and then if we get a degree, we might get a job. And so when I had decided I wanted to go to grad school or if I wanted to go to film school, I said I want to go to like a combination of both. Like that's the programs that it would be in. And a lot of people are like that. They say, okay, well, this is the thing that I want to do and I want to go to grad school to keep furthering my education so I can set myself apart from the people who are applying for jobs. But then when you don't get into the programs you want and the programs that you think you deserve to be in, it kind of like it breaks your confidence down, and it kind of just opens up your eyes to judgment. I say, like, I used to think, oh, I'm getting in, like I'm getting in, like I can't not get in, like I have all this experience, I have all this knowledge that I could just bring to this school. And then when they tell you no, it's just kind of like, oh, really? Have I really been that good? Like, is there something I'm missing? What am I doing wrong? Like, there must be something that I'm doing wrong. When you shouldn't really think that, but I was thinking that for probably like weeks or even a month after I didn't get in, because it kind of just like brought down my confidence. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I was ever going to like do the things that I wanted to do. And so I've decided that I'm not going to let that bother me, and you shouldn't either. You should have a dream set in mind, and I think this is like a quote. You should still have your dream, but if the path changes, don't worry about the winding way. I don't know, it's something like that, but it's kind of it's kind of true. Like, if you want to be something and you don't get like that straight and narrow path that you want, then maybe you should try a different one that is a little bit more not straightforward, because if you're working hard enough, you'll get there eventually, and you'll realize that yeah, that first thing that you wanted might have been too easy, and it might have not gotten you where you wanted to be at the end of the day. Oh, I should not do this without a mirror. Ooh, hello. Hello. Ooh, look at that. My contour actually looks really good. I'm really surprised. Normally I like fuck it up and I have to do it over again. Ooh, look at that. I heard that some people bake their eyebrows, but I didn't do my eyebrows yet, so I'll just bake my under eyes. Because I don't want those to crease. Perfect. Look at that. Wow. Amazing. Incredible. Oh, we got some. Oh well. Sorry, Mom. So yeah, I think that if you want to be somewhere and you think that you have it and you're working hard enough, I think that it's only a matter of time before you get rewarded for all your hard work. But that's just something that I like grew up with knowing, and not a lot of people have that mindset. Oh, not a lot of people have that mindset, unfortunately. But those are the people that think that everything comes to them on a silver platter. It doesn't matter if they're rich or not. They just think that that's what they deserve, and that's what they're going to get. And now I wanted to talk about my favorite topic, the Avengers. So, I've seen it 3 times. Okay, guys? Like, I've seen the movie 3 times. I have a problem. I understand. It's not healthy. I've seen the Avengers 3 times, and honestly, I could probably say like 4 more. And I just am blown away by the movie making that they have done for that specific one. And oh my gosh, if you don't want spoilers, sorry, but like those end scenes really just like played on my heartstrings every 4 seconds. It's so good. I felt so emotionally violated, and that's basically it. I urge you to go see it. I honestly like pay the $15 to go see that movie. Like, all these people who worked so hard on it, and they deserve the recognition they deserve the recognition they deserve for this movie, because it is so good. And I haven't seen a movie this good since what movie was it? Oh, superhero movie that I was just blown away by. I mean, Deadpool was really good too, but I don't know. This is like the first superhero movie that I was like, wow, we've been waiting for this for honestly years. And like people have been waiting for this for years, like ever since the first Iron Man movie came out. Okay, so I'm back. So I did my eyebrows off camera and I put my highlight on. Ooh, it's my favorite highlight. It is the Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's Sun Kiss, and it's in the color Moonstone. Look at it. Look at that. Holy. That one and Summer are my favorites, and the other ones are too dark for my skin tone, so I don't use those. Unfortunately. I wish I could just buy them one and be done. And now I'm going to do my eyeshadow. And I'm probably going to be using the Tarte Clay Play palette, the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette, and just some like basic nudes from L'Oreal. No, CoverGirl. Yeah, so I was talking about Avengers, and Avengers is the best movie I've ever seen, so you should go see it and give the recognition to those people that have made this movie and have worked on it for a very long time, and even the people that made the comic books, because without the comic books you wouldn't have the movies. Mix of these two. So I'm gonna go in with this palette with the Journey. I'm trying to do the thing that beauty YouTubers do, and I can't do it. These two, and I'm gonna mix them together and make one ginormous color that I can like blend into my face. Okay. Wow, incredible. It's like a chocolate goodness in here. This palette actually smells like chocolate, which is so weird to me. Anyways, so I fudged this up real good. Oh my god, I love putting on makeup and fucking it up. Screwing it up. I'm trying to do like a nude smoky eye, and like from here it looks okay, and then you go in closer and you're like, oh wow. It's fine. We'll fix it. Blend, 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 everybody. Who knows? Honestly, this palette is really good. It smells like chocolate, and it is so pigmented. I love it. And now I'm gonna go in with this like white glitter and put it underneath my eyebrows, because you know you want your eyebrows to be poppin'. Look at that. Wow. Look at that shine underneath there. Okay, should not do that. My friend Isabel says that I look in the viewfinder too much, and you know what, Isabel, you are right, because I just tried to put on eyeshadow in the viewfinder, and like that's not a good look that I need to be having. And then I'm gonna take this, I want like a glitter. I don't have a lot of glitter. Just pack it on. I'm gonna go in with this, it's called Sunset. It's like a glittery yellow, and I'm gonna put that on the inner lid. Is that what that's called? Is that what that's called? The lid, just the lid. Just dab it on, see if it, oh no, you know what? Maybe I'll wet my brush. So I'm back, and I did this wet brush thing that I've seen a lot of YouTubers do. I don't know if I like it, but that's what we're going with, so just gotta round that up. I should just never try to attempt anything new on my face, because usually it just ends up like this and looking like, oh, there we go, see, I messed it up. Now I fix it. Just ends up looking like crap. If you're not a beauty YouTuber, stick to things that you know, like regular colors and light nudes, because look at that. See, I don't think it looks that bad. It's just a bit like too glam for like 3 in the afternoon. That's when I'm filming this. Anyways, so also I wanted to talk, I have like a lot of things written down here, but I'm only gonna probably get to like a few more things. I wanted to just give a quick shout out to Madison Beer. Shout out to Madison Beer. She's slaying the game. She's on tour. Her album, As She Pleases, is like the best, one of the best albums I've ever heard of. Same with Post Malone's new album. If you guys want to check out my playlist or anything, like I'll just leave them down below. And then another thing I have written down, but like I could just sum this up in probably this one sentence. So if you're 22 like I am and going to be 23, or you're in your early 20s / late 20s, okay, your brain is fully developed, so stop making shitty life choices. Stop treating your friends like shit. Stop using partying and drinking as an excuse to not talk about your problems and not to worry about anything. Catch up with people that you want to catch up with. Like, do things that you want to do, because this is the only time that you're going to be able to be this selfish. And I know, like I said before, yeah, in your 20s is like the time that you're supposed to be selfish, because soon you guys, some people might have kids and some people might have families and jobs and not have the opportunities to do all these fun things that they wanted to do. So like, I don't know, don't be so stupid when you're making these decisions. Like one night partying isn't going, like a couple nights partying isn't going to solve your problems, and it isn't going to make you feel better about it in the morning. So just deal with it now, and then you can have fun. Like, it's that simple to me. I don't know. If I'm facing a dilemma, I'm not gonna go out and drink away my problems, and you shouldn't either, especially at this age, because this is when like real problems start hitting you really fast. And if you don't know how to deal with them, then you're not gonna know how to deal with things for the rest of your life. And that's just my opinion about it. My makeup's looking actually pretty good, even though literally 2 seconds ago I just said that I hated it. So we're going to put, I'm gonna put the lipstick on first, because I always fudge that up. I'm going to be using Kat Von D lip liner and the Fenty Beauty in the shade Spanked. It's my favorite shade from Rihanna. I love her to death. Did anybody else see her at the Met Gala? Because I did, and she is a religion that I would bow down for. Okay. Anyways. There we go. I'm starting to get lip liner. I'm starting to understand what lip liner does too. Like, I was so confused a few years ago when someone told me, they were like, what's lip liner? And I was like, I could not tell you what it is. But now I kind of understand it. It's so you don't go over those lines with your lipstick. So you actually look like you have lips. I think that's at least what my understanding of it is. But if I'm wrong, please tell me because I will correct myself. And just like that, I fucked it up. Honestly, it's good for now. It's good for what I need it to be. Okay, so this is basically where I'm gonna finish, because I'm gonna put my eyeliner on off camera. So I'll put on my eyelash. My eyelash? No, I put on mascara, and I will continue to talk for about 3 more minutes because I feel like I've been talking a lot. Just give me like 40 seconds to put on this stupid mascara. See, I love free samples. I got this cute little one as a gift. It is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume, and it's pretty good. I've never tried the Better Than Sex mascara, but I don't know. This one's pretty good. It does its job, so I'm just going to keep with that. So basically, to wrap up, what I'm trying to say is don't be so hard on yourself, because at the end of the day, not everything's going to be perfect and not everything's going to be how you want it to be. But if you kind of sit back and realize that, hey, I'm okay with this, then you're going to be fine. And yeah, you may have some chemical imbalances in your brain. You may have a really messed up family. You may have some really shitty friends, but you can change those things and you can do the things that you want to do in life, and you can live out your dreams and be anything you want to be. I know that's so cheesy, and I'm just going to end in that. So I have no lipstick on my teeth, and that's everything. Bye guys. Thanks so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I don't know, leave some stuff in the comments, leave some positive stuff, because, you know, we all have our bad days. Bye.